Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to AK Academy. Ahmed Muzaffar with you. Today we have a very nice topic, which is how to upload file in Blazor, something like this. Choose a file, add something like this, upload, and we upload the file to a server via ASP.NET Core Web API. Before we get started, I highly recommend you to watch the video that I put at the link in the description box, which is how to get started with Blazor Web Assembly. So let's start. First, I will go and create a new project. I will choose ASP.NET Core Web Application, hit next, Blazor files .api, and the solution name is Blazor files. Okay. Then I'll hit create, choose the type of the application API, and hit create as well. Okay, now here is our API is ready. We need to create another project, which is the Blazor client side. I will click on the solution, add new project, choose Blazor app. Next, I will call it Blazor files.client. Create. I will choose Blazor WebAssembly app, which is currently in the preview edition, but I prefer client side rather than Blazor server. Okay, now here I have the two projects, the API and the client. Let me just go to the solution, set startup projects, multiple startup projects, and I will set the API and the client to start at the same time. Now I will click start just to make sure that everything is working fine. Okay, here is my Blazor WebAssembly application. It's working very fine. And this is my API and the default controller and action weather forecast. Okay, now everything is working good. I will go to Visual Studio, stop the project, and then we will start implementing. First, I will go to the API project. Before we do anything, let me add the www.root folder. www.root. Okay, the place which I will put all my uploaded files here. I will create a new folder inside it. I will call it images. Okay. Now go to startup.cs. We should add two things. First, app.use static files to enable files middleware here. And another thing you have to do is to enable CORS, which is CrossOrigin resource sharing. By default, browsers doesn't enable any website to make requests to a different domain than the domain that serves that web page. So, if that web page wants to request any data from another domain, that domain should enable CORS or cross-origin resource sharing for that domain that serves the web page. So here, to enable CORS, you can use services.add CORS, options.add policy. I will call it CORS policy. Then here, builder, allow any origin, allow any method, and allow any header. Yeah, this way. Still here, need, yeah, like this. Now, in this way, like any client-side application can make requests to our API. Last thing I should do is app.use CORS and pass the name of the policy you have created, which is CORS policy like this. Okay, here everything is ready. Now let's go and create our first controller, or which is the only controller. New controller, API controller, hit add. Let's call it images. Okay, now here I will create variable read only I host environment. I will inject it, read the constructor, I will use iHost environment service just to get the path of the www root folder. This environment equals 2. Okay, now let's create our action. HTTP post public async returns task of type action result post. Then here we will receive our file. File is of type I, form file. I will call it image, but put from form, that this file is coming from an form, like the body of the HTTP request gonna be of type multi-form data, and it's going to have this file. Okay, now here we can check if image equals to null or image.length is equals to 0, then return bad request upload file. Now here everything is going perfect. There is a file. The first thing we should do is to get the name of the file. I'll say file name equals image.filename. Then I will get the extension of that file just to make sure that is it an image file or no. Path add system.io.get extension. Let's add the file name this way. Okay, then I will create an array of the load extensions. They are going to be .gbg, .png, and .pmp. This is for our example. Maybe in your example you want to upload Excel sheets, PDF, or whatever, but for our example I will concentrate on image file, but it is the same for any sort of files. Now let's say if load extensions doesn't contains, like the content of or all the elements of the load extensions array doesn't contain this extension, and this way it's not an image file. So I will return bad request, which means the error 400, and I will say upload file is not a valid image, this way. Now after we have checked the extension, it's a valid file and it's a valid image file, we should save the file. The first thing is we should give it a new name. Always don't save the file with the same name that have been sent with from the client, because maybe there are multiple clients who uploaded different files but with the same name, so this is gonna lead to override the old files and means lost data, which is actually what you don't want in your apps. So to create a new file, always make sure you are using a global unique identifier or GUID. So I will create a variable called new file name equals to GUID, new GUID, and concatenated with the extension of the file. Okay, that's good. Now the file path is going to be math path.compile here we have to define the full path of where we want to save this file. So I will say environment, the variable that I have sent from, I have injected, I host environment dot content root path, which is the path of the www root folder, then combine it with images folder, then the new file name. Cool. The last step is just to create a file stream and copy the content of the image to that file stream. So let's say using var file stream equals new file stream, file path, then file mode dot create and file access dot write. This way we have created a new file stream that allows us to write to a new created file. I will say await image dot copy to async and simply just receives a stream, which is the file stream. That's it. At the end I will say return OK, which means 200. The status code is going to be 200, which is success, indicate that the request has been succeeded, and I will return just path of the part, which is path, or I will return like this, images, the name of the folder, slash new file name to the client. That's it. It's pretty simple, right? Now, before we move to the client, let's test that via Postman to make sure that everything is working perfect. I will start the project, go to the Postman. Here I will create a new tab, choose the verb post. Okay, here is my API. I will copy the URL and paste it here. Remove that, and it's API slash images only. Now the body, it's of type form data. Here, choose the key. It's a file. The name of it is image. Here is the name, image, and it's from form. So values, select files. Okay, I will choose this car, then I will hit send. Okay, sorry, here I've just missed something, which is environment.content_root_path returns this path. I forget just to path www_root. Okay, like this. Now let's try again. Go to HTTP Postman again and simply just repeat the request. Hit send. Okay, here we go. It returns a new file name with the path images for me. Let's try that. Here is the API or the web project. Remove this with that. Hit OK. Okay, here is our file. Also, you can check www images. Okay, here is our new file and with this new name. So right now you are 100% make sure that the file is always unique, the file name. Now, the server part is ready, 100%. Everything is working great. Now we can move to the client side. Okay. Let's go to the Blazor. First, go to dependencies, manage Nuget packages, and install the library Tewr.Blazor.File. Let's install. Okay, done. Now I can go to the pages, index, here. Let's remove this. Here, upload file. We'll add the row, dev class row, dev class call for, dev class again form group, add input type file only for now. Then after that I will add UL, an ordered list. Inside this list item, it's going to be file name, size and type. Okay, and here I will add button class btn block and btn access. I will write here upload file. Okay, now the HTML part is ready. Okay, maybe we can here add a message, dev class alert success, file has been uploaded, and here I will create another column that will have an image, style width to 150 pixel, and it's going to have the URL of the uploaded image. Okay, now I can go here. Let's add using system.io and using Blazor.FileReader. That's it. Now let's inject an iFileReader service, call it FileReader, yeah, and I will inject the HTTP client to make request to the API. Then let's type some code here. Okay, just one more thing to do is to go to program.cs and inject the iFileReader service. Go here, say builder.services.add file reader service. Okay, options dot use WebAssembly shared buffer equals to true. This is everything you need to do to initialize the FileReader service. Now we can go back to our index.razor and write the code that's responsible for uploading a file. So first, create a variable of type element reference, call it file input or input reference. Okay, then string message, make it set to string.empty, and string image path, which is equals to null by default. Okay, now I will create a function async task upload file async, and I will create another function called open file async. Now, here in the input type file, I will add reference equals input reference. So now we the file reader service need a reference to an rendered or this input of type file. Use it to generate or to read the file and open the stream of that file. And here for the message, for the successful message, I will say if message or string dot is not null or white space message, then shows that alert. And for the image, again, if image path is not null, put that image on the page. Okay, and here when I change on change, like I choose a file or something, async await open file async, and also here the button I will add on click async await upload file async. Okay, we still have the variables that are related to file name, size, and type. We will fill that when we are opening the file. Now, here I will say var file inside open file async equals to await file reader service dot create reference for the input reference, then enumerate files async. By default, this function returns an enumerable of ifile reference, which is multiple files because if you are selecting multiple files in the input, so it returns an enumerable of files. But for my current example, I just need one file, so I will say first or default. Now, if file equals null, then simply return from the task. Otherwise, here I will put some comments. Read the files, then get the info of that files. I'll say var file info equals to await file dot read file info async this way, and also I will create string file name empty string type equals to string dot empty and string size equals to string dot empty. Now, after we read the file, the info of the file, you can say file name equals to file info dot name size equals to b file info dot size in bytes. The last thing is the type file info dot type. Till now, we have all the info of the file. Let's add that to the document. File name, size, and type. Okay. Here, let's say using our ms memory stream equals await file dot create memory stream async. Takes as a parameter the size of the file, which is integer file info dot size. In this way, I have a memory stream that has all the buffer or the byte array of the file's content. Now, let me save that inside stream, file stream equals to null, and here file stream equals to the ms. Okay. Now, open file is done. Let's test that before we move to the second part, which is pushing the file to the server. I will start. Okay. I will click on choose a file. Desktop here, and I will choose Tewr.jpg. Okay. Here we have read the file successfully, size, and the type image/jpg. Now we can move to the second part, which is click the upload file and push that file to the server or to the API that we have created before. Okay, now to upload the file, we have to create an HTTP request that has inside a body of type form data, the same way we have here, and add a key called image. The content of it is a stream, which is the stream of that file. It's pretty simple. Let's start. Here I have already an instance of the HTTP client injected by the version of control. So I can say create the content var content equals to new multi part form data content. Let's set content dot headers dot content this position equals to new, and it's of type form data. This way I have specified the header of that content. Now I can add as many key values as I want. For my example, I just only have one variable I should send, which is the image dot add. Okay, the content is a stream content, so create a new variable of type stream content. The stream is the stream that have returned from the open file, which is the file stream, and the size is file stream dot length. It's integer. Now this is the part of the stream content, and you should also send the key of for this item in the form. The last variable you should send is the file name. The file name is simply going to be file name. Now let's send the request. Response equals await client dot post async, make a post request. Let's get the URL. I'll put it here. String URL equals copy it from here. I will just put the base URL. Here I can URL/API/images and the content this way. Another thing is to check for the response. If response.isStatusCode is success status code, which means the file has been uploaded successfully, then I can read the file uploaded file URL or name equals to await response.content.read as string async. This way I can read the response I have, which is simply it sends me the name of the file with the folder that file has been uploaded to. So the uploaded file name, I can set the CR, the source of this image tag here to the image path at image path, and I can set the value of image path is equals to at URL concatenated with, let's remove this one, with uploaded file name received from the server. Okay, that's it. Just a very basic post request. Create a content of the request, which is of type form data, multi-part form data. Set an item like this, the key is an image and the string content with the name of the file, and then send the request, check if the response is success, and the last thing we did is set the image path to the path of the URL of the API, and concatenated with the uploaded file name that we have received from the server. We can set message as equals to file has been uploaded successfully. Okay, let's start the project and check. Okay. Okay, I'll click on choose a file. I'll choose file number 2. Then I'll hit upload. Okay, here I got an exception, but unfortunately Blazor WebAssembly till now it's still in the preview edition, so it doesn't have that great mechanism. You cannot set breakpoints or something like this to handle the error. So we should either put a try catch and show a message on the HTML, or let me check. Okay, sorry. Here I have the file stream has a reference to the memory stream here, which has been disposed here after reaching the end of the using statement. So here when I try to set the file stream .length, here the file stream already has been disposed here. So what I should need, instead of referencing this object, I should create a new instance of it. So I'm going to say file stream equals to new memory stream that has ms dot to array this way. So here the memory stream, this one that have been created by the file reader service, is going to be disposed, but I still have another version of it inside the file stream to be accessed from here. So let's start the project and try to upload the file again. Okay, choose file, Tewr.jpg and upload. Okay, file has been uploaded and here is the uploaded image. Let's try to upload another one. Oh, I have uploaded the same version. Okay, let's choose this image, hit upload. Okay, now if I go to the API www images, okay, you can see here I have 3 images have been uploaded. Okay, FileReader service allows you to upload multiple files in as well. Also, we will learn how we can preview the image on client side before we send it to the server, unlike what we have done in this session. So in the next video we will learn how to preview the image and how to upload multiple files to the server. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please hit the like and the subscribe button. You can also find the current example we have worked on the GitHub repository in the description box below. Thank you so much.